Good night, everyone. Johnson. I God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Irma J. I'm here to give you a little short news on the word tonight. Now we're gonna start with Trump. We're gonna start with former President Trump are still facing criminal charges. 2020 election. Insurrection in act of violence against civil political authorized in January the 6th. Miss Hannah classified document and concealed secret information. Many more, but he never been convicted. He be having all these charges, but he have not been convicted, you know, for any charge. He been indicted, you know, but his ally lied and they been charged for these crimes. So his allies been charged, but he haven't been charged yet. 6 Trump associated, none of who were named on the list, but prosecutors said they have spread Trump false allies who have faced criminal charges. So all his allies that had lied for him, they had faced criminal charges. Some of them have went to jail. You know, but Trump still fight the case, and his ally is serving time for lying for him. So Trump on campaign was convicted. Now he had one of them was convicted this last year. So Trump trial have to be done before 2020 election. I know he got a lot of delay, not a lot of delay. You know, his trial is still hanging on. But all these trials have to be done before 2024 election. Cause we don't want. Cause see, when we get close to election, you know, um, they'll throw it out. So his allies serving time, but Trump not serving time for the same crime. So also, former Trump made threats. If you don't, if he said if he don't win, that would be bloodbath. You're running for president, and you shouldn't be talking like this or threatening to America. So um, that threat to all Americans, will have they will start having fear. Start having fear. And it might, don't vote. They'll be scared, hesitating if they're gonna vote for them or not. So you gotta think about your voters. So now you throw something, out there, you know, threat words. If you don't win, what you gonna do? And you have to think about the words when you are president, because you still need your voters, to vote for you. And if you throwing out threats like that, you're gonna put them in fear. So no president not supposed to talk this way, and they're running for president, and you need the voters. Your allies have been charged, but you didn't. They lied for you. They covered it up, and they're serving their time. You know, and all your cases have delayed, canceled. So no more delay. It had to take place before 2024 election. You know, um, you saying if you lose, you saying if you don't win, there will be blood. You have to stop talking like that and stop throwing out threats. You have to do the best you can. You know, because we don't want to have another fight on our hand like you had with Mr. President Bennett. So we don't need no rematch. You know, if you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. You know, so and you're already dealing with January 6th. And you already gone back and forward with the election last time. You know, and then you're making a statement if you don't win. Um, you can't make them statements if you don't win. That's the same thing you did with January 6th. And you still tingling with that. So you don't want to have two cases on your hands. You know, so we is gonna throw that out, the blood bath, you know, that it should not happen. You know, and you're gonna keep doing the best you can to win. And if you don't win, we not gonna throw out all this kind of stuff you coming out with. So that's all I have for that. And I have something of God's strength in the storm. Because everybody wonder, you know, where do you get your strength from? You should be tired, all that stuff you're going through. And you still got strength. You know, so I'm still in the mix of my storm. You know, you have to have patience, you know, faith and hope. You know, especially when it's a long time. I have to meditate every morning and dream, keeping my hope alive. You know, I endure so much hardship and warfare. You know, experiencing losses. You know, and I've been tested on my trials. You know, so all that I go through, fall down. You know, and I know a lot of time the enemy praying for me to stay down. You know, so how is she doing that? This lady fall down. She don't stay down. You know, when you got a purpose on your life, you know, when you've been called to do something, you know, when you fall, you dust yourself off and get up. You know, you have to perceive that purpose that you was called for. You know, and so, um, and sometimes I be burnt out. I mean, the hardest thing is getting out the bed. You know, I be burnt out and tired, but once I put clothes on and go do what I need to do, pay bills or whatever the case is, I have strength. God give me strength to do what I need to do. You know, then when I'm finished, then I'm dragging. You know, but God give me the strength to do what I do. Because I still have my duties, you know, until I get to my purpose. You know, and so he give me supernatural strength. You know, because without God's strength, I would have fell down and passed out, be in the hospital and everything else with no strength. You know, so I thank God for that. You know, but some reason I have strength. I be burnt out and tired. You know, for some reason I have strength to do whatever I need to do. You know, it like God gave me supernatural strength. You know, and once I get out that house, you know, I have strength. Some kind of way I have strength. You know, he give me enough strength to do what I need to do. You know, and so when you're a child of God, when you're a child of God, he will give you the strength, you know, to complete your duties for that day. You know, and so it take patience when you're on a long storm. It take patience. You know, I cut up sometimes. Then I gotta calm myself down because when it's so long, you get frustrated. You know, but you got to keep on going. keep on going. You know, I have to learn not to have doubt. And that's what even though in my doubt, I still believe God because I don't quit. I still do. I say, I ain't doing it. And I still do. I still do because I love what I do, you know, and I love God and I believe in Him, even though I have doubt in a faith my way, but it don't go nowhere. I don't quit. I still cling on to God. So I have to learn not to have doubt, and I don't let it stay there too long. So it just be there for a moment. Just be there for a moment. I never let God go. When you realize all your friends gone, and then you realize, cause they're gone for a reason, because God will have you isolated. And when you realize God is all you have, then you realize that all you need. So no matter what you go through, disagreement or whatever, don't let them go. Because the devil's standing right there, waiting, waiting. And then the devil will try to cause confusion. Thank God and did this and did that to you. To make you mad. That's what the devil did, Joe. I bet you Joe gonna curse you. And God knew Joe wasn't gonna curse him. And the devil did everything he can. And guess what? The devil staying right there. Just a wait to see if Joe gonna let God go. But Joe was in that kitchen still praying to God. I still be praying to God. Even in my madness. I still pray to God. Praise God. Still do my duty. Still do my work. Because you can't let go. You let go, you lose, and you get hurt or whatever the case is, you will be out of God's hands. So I know He is the only, excuse me, I know He is the only way. He is the only way. And when you realize God is all you need, you're going to know He's the only way. The main thing I do in my storm, I don't care. It's in a mix of all kind of stuff is going on. But guess what? You still, number one, you still have to love God. And you still have to put Him first. You have to trust it. And I'm learning, trying to trust, fully trust. This storm is so hard. You know, um, but good thing, He give me spirit discernment. And I have so much gifts that have been helping me out. My purpose is so big. So my spiritual rank is so high, because I have to catch on stuff and the devil doing stuff and I be knowing the plot before it's even start, so my spiritual rank it had got so high. I've been so good at it, and so trust God, put God first, believe. So all these things I have trouble with, but I still hold on. I still hold on. In my mind, I know God got something. So even though it act like I don't trust and don't believe, and all the while I do, because if I don't trust and I don't believe, I would have just stopped I would stop all of this. You know, you have to have faith. You have to have faith. You have to have hope because it in the long storm. One time I had stopped dreaming for a while, because my hope was gone, and so I had to start meditating every morning to keep my hope alive. I had to dream it. Sometimes Sometimes when you haven't got it yet, you know, dream it. Have it manifesting. You know, dreaming is keeping your hope alive. You know, so, and no doubt, that's a main thing too. No doubt. You got to have behind the side. You gotta stop all that doubt. You gotta stop all that thinking. I'll be overthinking myself, you know, and fast. Fast. Read the Bible. I love reading. I do 23, 91, 121. They have 37. I take turns every morning reading it because you can't read all of them. You be sitting up here for hours. But when you fasting, pick by two or three. I mean, read every day, every day. And praying to God. Now, I have strength in God. I have strength in God. That's who gives me my strength to keep going every day. You know, I have confidence in God. You know, I have confidence in God. Oh, that I could do all things. Do all things through God. You know, just like David had confidence in God, that he know he can beat that giant down. You know, I have enemies on the left and right, but I have confidence in God. You know, I keep on moving forward without fear. You know, you cannot have fear. So you got to walk fearless, you know, on your journey. You know, so I have confidence in God. Confidence in God. That no matter how my enemy come at you, no matter how I fall, you know, I get up and I start again. You know, but I keep on working and don't stop. God allowed to give me another chance and keep on trying. And he keep rising me up. See, if I fall down and I lay down and don't get back up and don't keep on doing what I do in my missionary and everything, then God assisted. And he assisted. You know? So they were like, you fall so many times and you keep on getting up, rising. That's how I want you to stop. No, ain't no stopping. I gotta get to my purpose. You know, ain't no stopping. When you make up your mind what you have to do and have confidence in God that you can do it, you know, you got to keep on going. Keep on going. Now, no matter what I have to face with God, I walk fearless. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Being lied on, you know, talk about, you know, and it doesn't bother me. You know, I just keep it moving. I stay in my lane. You know, I would I would quit, but I would not quit, but hold on to God. You remember Jacob? Jacob had said, Jacob, hold on to God. I will not let you go until you bless me. He refused to let God go. And he held on to him until broad daylight. You know? And he got blessing, he got his name changed and everything else. He refused to let go. You know, so I will not quit, but hold on to God until I complete my journey. All chaos on my journey. Obstacles all in the way, you know, and I'm facing I'm facing spiritual warfare, you know, because you can't focus on the circumstance. And see, that's what I was doing. Focus on the circumstance when I was supposed to focus on God, you know, keep on being connected and praying, you know, but I was fighting for my life with these spiritual warfare and everything coming at me and stuff, dealing with these circumstances after circumstances, and I supposed to leave that to God. Leave that to God. Because you see, it's God battle. And I have to stop, you know, um, try to do it myself. You know, so we have to stay connected. We have to stay connected. We have to stay connected with God always in prayer. So I'm down right now, but I will not stay down. I have emotional, time and time, you know, and you're not perfect. I know some people I'm going through so much stuff, you know, and so I go through emotional, but I don't let it stay there. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect, that I don't cry, that I don't do this, you know, and but I still move forward. I still do what I have to do and still move forward. I don't sit there for hours and moan or whatever it is. I'll get up and I be behind my desk and do my work. You have to find your peace. Oh, I know all kind of chaos, girl. I'm going through it, but some kind of way I find peace. You know, have do what you have to find peace. I know my music, gospel music. I play that a lot. It helped me find my peace. While I'm working. So in your stone, God is our peace and life. We supposed to focus on God. He will give us peace when we focus on Him. You know, I'm talking to myself too. We have to focus on God. He will give us the peace in the life. So I deal with everything, but I believe, God, I believe things will get better. I be mad, I be cutting up, but guess what? I don't quit. I still do my duties. You know why? Because I believe it. I believe God. I believe things will get better. And sometimes things get worse before you get better. Sometimes you lose before you win. I felt so many times. I lost so many times and still arise. Because sometimes, you may lose, before you win. But you don't stay down. I always get up. I'm not going to stay down. I'm going to get up. So I deal with everything. But I believe God. I believe things will get better. When I have God and realize that all I need, I can do it all. I can do. I can what needs to be done. Mistakes. Okay, mistakes may happen, but you grow in it. You grow in your stones. I done grown so much in my stone. I'm not the same person I used to be. I dream. You know, um, Another thing that helped me, and when you hopeless, you know, dream your future. Keep your hope alive. Never give up and never doubt. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, now, when you were in that storm, when you were in that storm, just like he told the Israelites, when he got them out, they forgot. And he had to keep telling them, don't forget, When y'all were walking on 40 years, your shoes didn't get worn out. You didn't get blisters. Your clothes didn't tore up. God had to tell them. You had food to eat. You had water to drink. So God gonna tell me too. Irma, don't forget. Don't forget I protect you when the enemy was on your left and 10 on my right. God was protecting me. And every time I fall, God was picking me up. He was rising me up. I didn't stood down. I always have enemies behind me. And on the way, I'm still standing because God got me standing. God been protecting me and watching over me. God been picking me up out that pit. And so I'm not going to forget how he been protecting me from my enemy. How he been protecting me and pulling me out that pit. Won't be for God, I won't be here. So remember, God fight your battle. Even even when we don't know, you know, even when it don't look like it, even when God quiet, we be like, what God at? All kind of stuff coming at me, from the left and from the right, and I be like, where is God? But sometimes he fighting behind the scene. Sometimes he fighting behind the scene. And you have all kind of stuff coming at you. You think you fighting by yourself. I'm like, what is God? It's like I'm fighting this battle. But all the while he's fighting your battle. Because a lot of time God dealt with unseen stuff that was coming at me. I'm not only dealing with the human, but I'm a spiritual being. I deal with spiritual stuff also. Some stuff, I can't see that God, he revealed it to me, but at the time, I don't see the unseen that God see. I don't hear what God hear. So God always was going in front of me, and he always working behind the scene. Working behind the scene. Catching things that I don't catch. Hearing things that I don't hear. you know. And you be wondering why you're isolated. You be wondering what happened, you know. God. So we have to thank God for our storm, because a lot of time they say, oh, God saved you from a whole lot of stuff you didn't know nothing about. So we got to say thank you. Thank you. So your fight may come out. You may come out of your storm with scars. So that's where the healing come at. You might have scars, and then you might have all kind of emotional scars. So that's what the healing come at. I'm still in the storm and trying to heal at the same time. You know, it's kind of hard when you're still dealing with it and you're trying to heal. So that's when the healing come in at. Because you're gonna have scars. Especially me went through something. Went through a whole lot. Went through losses. You know, I went through everything. You know, uh, to come out to what you done been through. If anybody done been through what I've been through, you're more than a conqueror. You're more than a conqueror. Survivor. A living survivor. A living testimony. So my strength comes from God. You can't keep up with me. He give me that supernatural power. I can go. I'm gone. Then I'm gone here. You can't keep up with a supernatural power. So that's what keep me going. You know, if it wasn't been supernatural power, I would still be in the bed. I'll still be dragging along in the house. You know, thank God for the strength. Oh, my strength come from God. What keep me going? We have to love God. You have to pray always. You know, trust, believe, faith, hope. Keep your hope alive. Fast. Make sure you read that Bible every day. Every day. Read that Bible. Because you know the words in the Bible is powerful. You know, especially us chosen ones dealing with spiritual battles. You know, the Bible is the way to go. Because when you read the words, it's powerful. It's shaking the devil. You know, you shake the devil up when you read those words. Read it with boldness. You know, watch how the devil tremble. You know, I don't want to say too much, but I'm dealing with so much stuff. But when I grab that Bible, they back off. You know, so that's why I have to fast before I even get in the bed. You know, so don't never stop reading your Bible. Don't never stop praying. And everything else will follow. You know, so that's all I have today. You know, because everybody was asking me, how she get strength? You know, she be here, the next thing you know, she gone. We don't see her. She at the next place. You know, supernatural power. Supernatural power. And so, we talked about Trump, his ally, you know, from lying and helping him out and everything, and the classified documents and everything. You know, they serve time. You know, they've been charged. But then Trump haven't never been charged. He's still dealing with his delay, his cases. You know, and so I don't know what the numbers is, but he said if he lose, if he don't win, it's gonna be a bloodbath. You know, and so you don't want to do that. You know, because your voters gonna be too scared to vote for you. You know, you want to keep them happy. You don't want those threats because you ain't gonna have no voters at all. You know, so I hope he stopped the threat and remember, you know, you're gonna affect your voters. And you don't want to do that because you don't want to lose. So you want to keep the voters happy. You know, you want to keep them happy. You want them to be like, oh, okay, I want to vote for him. Okay, he nice. Oh, okay. But what you keep throwing threats and all the cases you're doing, you're going to scare them off. You're going to scare them off. So that's all I have for today. Have a nice day, and I'll see you on the next video.